Hi and welcome back to Georgie's Gorgeous Gifts. Well, today is a bit of a resiners unboxing. So a while back they sent me the resiners mat as well as a bottle of UV resin and the flexible UV lamp. I also bought the dual mixer, but there's been a few issues with that, so I'm not reviewing that one today. So that's why I've waited so long to do the video. But this mat, the minute I opened it, I could tell that it was going to be a game changer because I go through mats like there's no tomorrow. I can't seem to keep them clean no matter what I do. But this one is really, really thick, sturdy, durable. Now, I've been using this mat for about 6 months now, and it's the only mat that I still use. It's really, really easy to clean with warm soapy water or spraying alcohol. It's got two sides to it, a side for pouring and a side for allowing to cure. So next up we have the resiners degassing machine. Now this is the second one that I've bought. The last one I've had about 2 years, and because it was only getting to about 93–94%, I thought I needed a new one. So this was an early Christmas present from my old mother. So inside the box you have the degassing machine. It comes in two parts. You have the base and you have the top. The top has a digital pad on the top which shows you the pressure and also the time that's left. Also inside the box comes the adapter, the instructions, and I think it was 15 of the 240 ml cups. As well as the basic instructions, you also have a QR code that you can scan, and that gives you all the information that you need about this machine. So I've removed all the outer packing, and this is really, really simple to use. You have this little valve on the back that you close up, and that then stops the air from escaping, and then it just plugs in at the back. The space inside is really quite good. I can fit 3 of these 240 ml cups in. And because I now have 2, that means I can do 6 cups at the same time. This is the dial that I was on about, and you can see you have the on and off button, the AI button, which is the timer, and the third button is to stop and start. There is 2 automatic time settings, 9 minutes and 5 minutes. I usually put mine on for between 9 and 14 minutes. We'll talk about the best amount of resin to use later on in the video. So initially I just wanted to test how fast this would get to the highest pressure, and on average that's about 95. I'm unsure whether that 95 is percentage or air pressure rate, but whatever it was, this brand new machine took about 2 minutes and 55 seconds to hit maximum pressure. So now I'd tried it out, I thought we would use some resin inside it. So I made up 120 mils of resin, but this isn't sped up. I decided to mix this like an absolute madwoman in order to create as many bubbles as possible to see how effective these machines really were. My plan is to split this into 2 parts, put half into my old machine and half into the new machine, and see if that 2 years that I've had it has made a difference. And trust me, it's had some use. So like I said, the best way to put bubbles into your resin is to mix it like this. So after mixing for about 2 minutes, I then split it into 2 different cups. But you can see there are absolutely loads of bubbles in there. It doesn't even look as if it's mixed properly because there's that many bubbles. So I'm just adding half of it to the other cup just to make it fair. These are brand new cups, although I do reuse my cups. Again, to make it fair, I'm using the new ones. I do find that when using these machines, it's often best to use plastic cups rather than silicone, because silicone tends to hold the bubbles in a lot more. So now we have 2 equal cups. I'm putting 1 into the old machine and 1 into the new machine. You can see my old machine has resin and all sorts around it. I am putting just the plastic bag into the bottom of the new one because I don't want to get any resin on this one. I have suggested to resiners that they may provide like a silicone mat for these. Placing my cup inside, as I've said, I find that I can fit 3 of these cups in total. So I'm making sure the lid is secure, The valve is closed on the back, and then doing exactly the same for my old one. There has been a few occasions where I've forgotten to shut the valve and it does absolutely nothing. So the idea with these machines is that it sucks out all the air. It produces lots and lots and lots of frothing bubbles on top, and then gradually they dissipate, thus taking all the bubbles out of your resin. So I set these both one straight after the other, and there is literally a few seconds between them, and place the AI timer on for 9 minutes. I have sped this bit up for you, but as you can see, the new machine is running at 95 and the old one's running at 93. Now it was this reason that I thought I needed a new one, because I could have sworn when I first had it, it was going up to 99. But the new one only ever goes up to 95. But you can see this is the machine at work. You've got the clear layer starting to form on the bottom and that really, really frothy resin on the top. This is quite normal. So if you see this, it means the machine is working. So I have put this on hyperspeed for you, but it's a really, really fascinating thing to watch. Because I'd mixed so many bubbles into this, I did put this through twice, so 18 minutes. You then release the valve, which allows all the air to be put back in. That allows you then to be able to release the top. It really is that simple. As I said, we'd be discussing the amount of resin. Now I find the perfect amount of resin in these 240ml cups is about 160ml. If there's any more in, you run the risk of the bubbles overspilling in the cup and then getting resin all over your machine. So usually you wouldn't have as many bubbles as I had in mine, but after 18 minutes there's not a bubble in sight. I did put the resin into a piece, but I didn't show that on this video as this is just an unboxing and review video. So now on to the UV resin and the UV resin light. Now this was sent to me not long after I'd purchased my double-sided lamp. Now my double-sided lamp, if you've seen my videos, I absolutely adore. And I didn't think there was a lamp that could beat that. I now have a really good collection of the resiners products apart from the double-sided lamp, the rotary and sanding tool, as well as the air purifier, which I think might be on my wish list. So unboxing this one. So inside the box you get the light itself, you get the charging lead, you also get a little plastic piece that you pop on the wall so that this can sit on your wall nicely. Because if you're anything like me, my craft room is always a complete mess and I struggle to find anything. So this is my double-sided one, and like I say, this cures top and bottom at the same time. So let's see how it holds up against this one. So already I'm really liking the fact that it's quite flexible and it has the two parts on the top that you can pull apart so you can cure two sides of something at the same time. I was quite impressed, not only the strength of the lights on this small lamp, but how flexible that this was, and really quite versatile because you can pop it in so many different directions and different heights, and then that's really going to help because you are quite limited, particularly with the double-sided ones, whether you use them singly or whether you use them together. Whereas as you can see with this one, there are so many different positions that you can put it in. So for me, that's a plus over the double-sided lamps. The lamp does come with some really, really good instructions because I didn't understand what this piece was. But yeah, you take off the sticky back, stick it to your wall, and then there is a gap on the back of this light where you can attach it to hang it on the wall. As I said, these two strips on the top do come apart, so that then gives you even more width in order to cure really, really long pieces or helping with larger pieces. The only downside with these is that you can't adjust the heights on them. They've both got to be at the same height at the same time, but because the arm actually adjusts, then that doesn't really make a lot of difference. So now we're going to try the UV resin that they sent. Now, I'd never tried the Resiners UV resin. I was a J-Diction girl through and through. But recently I've tried the craft resin, and then again this Resiners one, as well as a lot of other cheaper brands, trying to test a whole range out. And as you can imagine, over the last few years, I have tried in the region of about 20 different types of UV resin, all of which have their pros and cons. And each time I always come back to the J-Diction. But I think that's mainly because they offer the 3 different viscosity box set. I do hesitate before I pour because I need to turn my lamp off, otherwise it's going to start curing halfway through. So I'm just pouring it into this little frog mould. This stands at about 5 centimetres high, and I'm filling it up all in one go just to see how good the curing is on this resin. I have found that with any UV resin that you use, if you pour in one continuous squeeze, you're less likely to get bubbles. It's when you pour squeeze after squeeze after squeeze, that's when it puts air into the UV resin itself. Which is why if you found that you've had lots of bubbles during the last bit in the bottle, it's because you need to squeeze it a lot more to get them last bits out. So I'm also giving the mould a bit of a squeeze to make sure that it's getting into the gaps. And then I put it underneath this Resiners UV lamp. Now the first thing that surprised me was this is actual real time. So it literally been under the lamp for about 30-40 seconds before it was starting to cure on the top. It was crazy. So I put it back underneath the lamp, but you can see I can touch it. It cured really, really fast, faster than any other UV resin that I've ever found. Obviously it wasn't fully cured all the way through at that time, so I left it underneath the lamp for about 2.5 minutes. But the other strange thing as well was that it was glowing like a yellow underneath the light, so I was unsure as to how clear this was actually going to turn out. I'd say the best video to see the effects in this is video number 74, where I use a few different UV resins, including the Resiners one, in order to create a hologram effect using UV resin and epoxy together. The card for that video is linked above. So we've seen how this works with clear resin, so I wanted to see how it reacted with adding colour, because often adding pigments to UV resin makes a lot of difference to how well the resin cures. So I'm adding just a few drops of some glow-in-the-dark green pigment and giving that a good mix, making sure not to add any bubbles into the resin so that it's a fair experiment. I then add this to the same size mould as we used for the clear one, again all the way to the top. I also give this mould a little squeeze before then putting it underneath the lamp. So again I left that for about 2.5 minutes. I also decided to pour a larger mould to see if that would cure in one pour and how long that would take. So this mould is about 8 centimetres high, and as a rule I wouldn't usually do this mould in one pour with any other UV resin, but I wanted to see how far I could push this one, and I was absolutely gobsmacked because it cured this no problem. So this is the one with the resin pigment inside, and this cured in exactly the same amount of time as the clear one. I was really, really amazed with how good this lamp is and how good the resin is. As for the larger mould, it cured it no problem in under 5 minutes. That could actually be another game changer, because as we all know, if you're pouring in layers, you run the risk of having the layer lines, which in all fairness nobody wants. With the resin and the lamp together, it was fantastic. So again, I've had some UV resins that when you add glow in the dark, they just don't work. It doesn't mix well with the UV resin. But another surprise, it worked really well with this one. So I have to say that resiners are absolutely smashing it for equipment for resin these days. Not only with their equipment, but with their UV resin as well. And I honestly can't find any fault with any of them. They are all really good pieces of equipment. There is a 15% discount code if you use code Georgiesgorgeousgifts for any of the Resiners products on their site. So I want to finish this video by saying a massive thank you to Resiners for sending me those items. So next week we have the review of the G3 curing machine as well as the electric dual mixer. So if you're interested in further reviews like this, then don't forget to subscribe. I hope this has been helpful. I've been Tony from Georgie's Gorgeous Gifts. Stay safe, happy crafting, and bye for now.
Georgie's Gorgeous Gifts, where the magic lands.